Assalamu alaikum students, how are you? Hope you are fine. You know that we have started our chapter number 4 last time from page number 48, and today we are doing our page number 50. And today our topic is a theory of magnetism. As you know that experiments show the properties of magnets and magnetic materials, but they do not explain what is happening. A theory is needed to explain the effects of magnetism and to help us how to use. Supporting the theory. A magnet Supporting the theory. A magnetized steel rod has N pole at the one end and the S pole at the other end. You know that the North Pole and the South Pole. If the rod is snapped into two, each piece has its own north and south poles. Breaking it into the more smaller pieces, it will produce more north and south pole. If we have an magnet rod, steel rod, so if you break into many pieces, it will not let its magnetism, but it will be further divided into north and south pole, north and south pole, and north and south pole. Means it will remain still magnet. Magnetic materials can be thought of as containing tiny molecular magnets. Inside a material like iron, the molecular magnets can line up in groups called domains. The diagram shows how the domains are randomly arranged in a piece of unmagnetized iron. Domains are sensitive to magnetic field, so if a magnet is placed nearby, its magnetic field causes the domains to line up in an orderly way. This makes the iron into magnet. It becomes magnetized. Look, here is an iron bar. Here are its domains, and they are random in their direction. But when a magnetic is placed nearby it, they are become arranged. So this iron has also become a magnetic rod, and rough iron or simple iron also became a magnet because its domains, they are inside it, its molecules are also arranged in a simple single direction, so they are also became magnetized. Domain in unmagnetized iron top line up in an orderly way when a magnetic is nearby the bottom. Using the theory, it is easy to magnetize a piece of iron by stroking it repeatedly with the magnet. Using the theory, it is easy to magnetize a piece of iron by stroking it repeatedly with magnet. A permanent magnet can be magnetized by heating it up and then quickly cooling it into the cold water. When you heat up a simple iron at a very high temperature and then suddenly and quickly cool it down through the cold water, that will also become a magnet. The diagram shows what happens to the domains when this is done. Look at, this is an unmagnetized iron domain where its domains are not magnetized. Stroke repeatedly with magnet. When a magnet is repeatedly again and again stroked with it, so its domains are arranged in a single direction. Here is the north pole and here is the south pole. The north pole of a magnet attracts the south poles of the molecular magnets as it moves across the iron. A permanent magnet can be magnetized by heating up. Okay, we have done. Here, energy from heating causes molecules to move faster. Domains become unaligned. Energy from heating causes molecules to move faster. When molecules move faster, so that their domains become unaligned. You know what? Hitting a magnet with a hammer or simply dropping it into the hard floor will magnetize a permanent magnet. After reading thoroughly, you have to answer the following question on your book, and you also have to memorize all the magnetic induction. When a piece of iron or steel is placed near to a magnet, the magnetic domain will line up and it becomes magnetized. When a simple a piece of iron is bring near to the magnetic piece, then It's all the domains are aligned and they also make that magnetic. This is called induced magnetism. The diagram shows the induced pole closest to the magnets and North Pole and South Pole. This explains why magnets attract iron and steel. When the iron is pulled away from the magnet, it loses its induced magnetism. It was a temporary magnet. As you know that when the iron is pulled away from a magnet, it loses its induced magnetism. It was a temporary magnet. However, when steel is used, it keeps some of induced magnetism and becomes a permanent magnet. Iron loses its domains, but a piece of steel will not loses its domains. You can see the result, the experiment in this diagram. Here is a piece of iron. When it is bring closer to the magnet, it became induced. Iron has induced poles. When it is moved away, it again became a piece of iron. You can see the magnet charge is removed from it. Now here is another experiment of the piece of steel. Steel has induced poles. Here is a piece of steel. When it is brings closer to the magnet, the charge became on it. Here has become South Pole and here is the North Pole. When it is moved away, the charge is still on it. It has also become a magnetic induction in steel. You can see that when the steel is removed from away from the magnet, so their domains are all remain same, arranged. But when the iron is moved away, its domain again got changed. Hard and soft magnetic materials. Iron is a soft magnetic material. It is easy to magnetize, but it loses its magnetism easily. Hard and soft magnetic materials. Iron is a soft magnetic material. It is easy to magnetize, but it loses its magnetism very easily. This makes it useful where a temporary magnet is needed, or where the direction of the magnetism has to be changed quickly. So when we want to change the direction of magnet very quickly and where a temporary magnetism is required, so we use iron. But steel is a hard magnetic material. You have to remember, iron is a soft magnetic material and steel is the hard magnetic material. It is more difficult to magnetize than iron. It is, as you know, it can hold the magnetic charge, but it is very difficult to magnetize than the iron, but does not lose its magnetism very easily, as it is not easy to charge, but it is not easy to lose its charge. Steel makes good permanent magnets. Making a permanent magnet, how can we make? A piece of steel can be magnetized by stroking it with hammer. However, a better way of making a permanent magnet is to place the steel inside of coil of wire. When an electric current flows into the coil, strong magnetic poles are induced in the steel. Do you remember in summer vacation we have practiced some electromagnetic fields? Most permanent magnets are made in this way. After reading it thoroughly, you have to do the thing that you are always doing. You have to test yourself. You have to give the answer in front of these questions, and then you have to memorize all those questions, and you have to highlight all the important points of this reading so that you are able to solve the MCQs and other worksheets.